Welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3 here at Trippy Commentaries. I'm RJ, joined by Justin and Retro Brett. Justin, what are we off to do in this part?
We are continuing our quest to hopefully save if he's alive, Deckard Cain. So here we head off into the
Old Tristram Road.
Wow, Adria was her mother?
That is correct.
Anyone who's ever played Diablo 1 knows the name Adria.
So you kind of ask yourself the question, who's the father? Because Adria was the town witch in Diablo 1. She was the black magic. She was kind of mysterious on the edge of town.
Yeah,
So who would have been the possible baby daddy in that situation?
Interesting.
Maybe the hero from 1? Male hero?
Time might tell. We don't know.
So we've made it to Adria's hut. Speak of the devil or the witch. The hidden cellar. Enter if you dare. Now, it seems that this game just kind of saves automatically. You see on the top right corner there, that Diablo 3 logo kind of spins. That's when you make it to a checkpoint. But from what I can tell, it just saves all the time as far as when you pick up items and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Pretty
not
interesting.
get frozen.
Oh.
Alright guys, you're going to have to team up. Now, Justin is controlling the monk, and Retro Brett is controlling the Crusader. This is the last episode that we will be doing 2 players. In the next episode, I'll be taking over the monk, and Justin will be joining up with a demon hunter.
Yes.
And we'll tackle the rest of the game with 3 players, possibly some parts even with 4 players, just so we show off everything that Diablo 3 has to offer. What do you think about playing this game co-op? Definitely a different dynamic than playing through it with 1 player, that's for sure.
I would recommend the co-op. It's, Brett and I are veterans of Diablo 2 online, and the magic behind that game was playing together.
Yes, that was the beauty of it.
Endless hours Brett and I would spend playing that, going through all the dungeons, and we'd figure out all the little tricks to get all the super secret weapons to take you to the hidden bosses and all these things. That kind of in-depth stuff kind of lacks on Diablo 3, but then again, Diablo 2 is such an expansive game. It's hard to top that.
Oh yes, it's a huge game. But Diablo 2 had some things that this game doesn't have that made it so playable like that. It had that level experience sharing system.
Yep.
Which you could level up really super fast.
Yeah, there was ways you could rush people online in literally a couple hours, get a guy up to level 70, and it got to the point where
I'm over there. What am I doing over there?
You've made it to the cathedral.
Which I thought was kind of cheap, but in this game I kind of miss it because I'm like, I want to level up, damn it.
Yeah.
And you're stuck where you are until you play the game enough to level up.
Now, what about the bosses in this game? Watching you guys play Diablo 2, it seemed like the boss battles were pretty epic. Of course, against Diablo, and I know you face his brothers, I guess, and some pretty evil creatures.
What's this? We can't even see.
Wow, look how crazy this place looks. A giant hole within the cathedral.
Here we go. We're in the cathedral.
So this is the first real dungeon in the game, the cathedral.
Yep.
So pretty cool. This is where we'll definitely be introduced to some new enemies to kill. But going back to the boss battles, how do you think the boss battles compare to the other Diablos? Did they do the series justice?
Absolutely. The boss battles in Diablo 2 were pretty good, but after you do so many runs through the game, they don't seem as great as they used to.
Justin, or stay down here?
We could just explore a little bit. But anyway, the boss battles in Diablo 3 definitely helps to use teamwork on those. The design of the bosses is what stood out to me. They're much bigger, and they look scarier. They look like they fit into a Diablo type game, whereas like on Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, the Butcher, it was like really the Butcher. He's like the size of a human. It wasn't really impressive. Now, they've definitely stepped up the game as far as the design of the bosses in Diablo 3.
Yes, all the bosses in this game are super huge. I've often wondered, I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't matter how much armor in real life you have, you're going to get effed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've yet to see any boss. I mean, I've seen some, I guess,
What-
slightly tough enemies that were pretty good sized. Retro Brett and I were testing out the co-op component of the game, and where were we?
I'm coming, buddy.
We were in like the cemetery or something, Retro, and some guy busted out. He was pretty big.
Yeah.
Um,
That's nothing.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see the boss battles. I've yet to see any. I did see a bunch from the other games, but yet to see any here in Diablo 3. We will be making it to some eventually.
There's nothing up there.
It's going to
Nothing
take
up
a
here.
while.
Nah.
Yeah, the cool thing about the bosses in Diablo series, there's like multiple levels of bosses. You got your super bosses, which is Diablo and his brothers and all that. Then you have like the enchanted demons, like the wretched queen we killed,
Mhm.
and they typically have great drops. They drop the unique items.
Yeah, the best items come from the hardest bosses.
Really?
As well they should.
Hmm.
I mean, you would think that would stand to reason.
So, do you remember fighting your way through this area, Retro?
Oh, of course. I think the cathedral levels, it's all beautiful artwork, but I think the cathedral levels are the best.
I like
My
how.
opinion.
Out of the whole game.
Really?
Yeah.
It's saying a lot. I like how they're taking us to an area we're familiar with right off the bat. You know, the place we saw in the cutscene.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take long. There's so many games that start off kind of slow. It doesn't take long before you can start to recognize
Oh, yeah.
story elements.
Sweet.
What the hell is this? A treasure goblin.
Just keep hitting him and he drops you
Yeah.
some treasures. Oh,
What am I doing?
Golden axe style. Nice.
Come here, you little
Beat
bitch.
its ass, damn it.
Don't leave, whatever you do.
If you kill him, you get his little sack of goodies.
Now, we faced off against
Nice.
one of those treasure goblins before, and it actually got away from us, Retro Brett. I guess
It was
weren't you?
because of me.
Well, weren't you saying that when in the PC version, when you attack it,
No,
it
let-
won't
let me get
escape,
this.
but it escaped for us? Oh, got him with the trap.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the weird part. In the PC version, the treasure goblin won't leave if you hit him. Like he'll open a portal, he won't leave if you hit him. But he obviously didn't have any problem leaving in this game.
I like these big fat guys. They're crazy. They blow up and worms come out of them.
Why am I attacking so slow? It seems like in the PC version I attack really fast.
Hey guys, let's take a quick break. Brett and I are going to upgrade our armor and weapons from our inventory. We'll be right back.
Okay, so pretty interesting there. Justin didn't have a ton of items. I guess I'm not. Have you been grabbing them? Is it because Retro's been grabbing everything?
I'm not sure. I feel like I certainly picked up a few of those unique items there, and nothing was in my inventory. So that I had a question in my head, and I wanted to ask Brett, do you think they're going to share the loot? Similar to what they do online, because that was a problem. People would go and scoop up loot that you earned before you could get it.
Well, that was a problem in 2.
Exactly. So in 3, they made it so that everyone shares the same loot.
But obviously, as we found out, that's not the case in this particular version.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. I was looking through Retro's inventory. I dropped an item. Justin picked it up and he was able to use it. So we'll have to figure that out and see how that works. And we'll definitely be doing all of that kind of stuff off screen, as there's really not a whole lot to show off when it comes to the menu as far as switching up items. I think probably at the beginning of some episodes we will show you all of our current gear and all that, especially if we get some good random items. How long do you think it'll take before we get some nice random stuff to show off?
Oh, there's
We have another treasure goblin here.
goblin.
I would certainly say the 3rd level of difficulty
Oh, we're kicking his ass.
is when you start to get things that really make a difference when you're fighting the bad guys.
All right, well, we've already been here, so let's go back.
Hopefully you know where you're going, Retro Brett.
Well, usually on the map, if we see where we've already been there.
Yes. The map seems pretty similar to the other Diablos.
Whoa, what was that? We just totally jumped.
Nice.
The Ravenous Dead. I think it's a move they do to you. It's like a melee attack if you get too close to some of these enemies. Now, right now, it's been pretty vanilla. It's been simplistic as far as what these enemies are doing. It's not going to be like this. Right now, they're just walking up and pretty much just trying to attack you,
Yeah.
you know, hand-to-hand style. Not going to stay that way for long. We're eventually going to be running into all kinds of things flying at the same time, a ton of projectiles. You're going to have some enemies creating walls to kind of trap you in. There's so much going on screen. It kind of reminds me of like Geometry Wars or something at some points. And considering we're doing this co-op, we're 3 players eventually, it's going to be chaotic on the screen.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was an arrow on the screen, which makes it very easy for us to know which way to go.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the single player, and I appreciate that because I feel like most games don't do that at all. I'm sure Diablo in the past probably didn't do that.
Here we go. So now we are about to encounter our first boss battle, King Leah, the old throwback from Diablo 1.
Oh, there he is.
There's the Skeleton King.
Can't wait to fight him. He thinks he's such a badass.
I've been introduced to this guy. I've made it to this part, but I've yet to face off with him. He seems pretty cool, and I really like his backstory. It's another one of those was a good guy kind of stories, and basically he just turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
So he has a backstory going to the other games.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't in 2, but
No, Diablo 1. He was pretty much the first boss as well.
Oh, really?
He definitely looked different than that. He was more of just a skeleton king type, like this guy you're fighting here. So definitely the character design was pretty cool. They did it.
yeah, he looked exactly like that guy actually.
That's
Talk to
probably an
King
Easter egg there. All right, Deckard Cain, we found him, and he's still alive. Thank goodness.
Your niece asked me to find you, and I agreed.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well.
So this character's in all 3 games as well.
Deckard Cain is really the linchpin here of the story of he kind of follows you to everywhere you go. In Diablo 2, when you go to each different part of the world, you're able to still contact him and get with him. So, Cathedral God in there.
So you got to head back to New Tristram, as you guys have finished up with the cathedral for now. But you're pretty much reuniting Deckard Cain there with Leah. Here we have another cutscene.
Whenever something really important happens, a cutscene follows it. Like it's a segment of the game.
Pretty awesome. I'm assuming the voice you just heard, I think, was Retro Brett's character. Pretty much just depends on who hits it first.
Yeah.
I know, of course, my character, I'm using a wizard in my single-player playthrough, has a very distinct voice. Of course, we just heard what I thought was the Crusader's voice there. Pretty cool. Let's talk to Leah, see what she has to say. She must be happy.
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Friends, damn it.
Not much, I'm afraid, though the prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign.
Oh no, the end of days again.
Wasn't there a movie about that? End of Days? With
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Great movie. Okay, so now what do we have to do? We have reunited Deckard Cain with Leah. We still have the Skeleton King out there. We're going to have to go back to the cathedral at some point. I'm assuming he'll probably be somewhere around there, or something like that.
Lost both of his sons and his very soul before.
Yep, Cain's just kind of repeating the tale behind King Lyric's fall.
Now, I did go and listen to all of the individual dialogues that Deckard Cain has available, where he gives you some backstory. Pretty cool how it's optional, and they give you some good options. And this game is just fantastic when it comes to voice work and backstory. So it's one of those games that you actually want to sit there and listen to him talk. Where in other games, you're like, backstory, I ain't got time for that, and you just keep going. In this case, you want
there's
it.
a mailbox? I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, so now that we have rescued Deckard,
Yeah.
the little market cart that was here blocking the way is gone.
That was the mayor's cart, by the way. He was being a coward. He wanted to leave the town. It got stuck in the way. pretty stupid as far as, you know,
What a
these
bastard.
guys I'm pretty sure could have just ninja kicked it or jumped over it. But because of storyline reasons, they put a wheelbarrow or something, a wagon in the way.
That was the guy
Now
I
it's
had to
gone.
talk to.
Yeah, I'm just checking out the how the town looks, the design of the houses. Looks really good.
Here's the blacksmith. Oh no. This is pretty sad.
So his wife has been zombified.
Zombified.
Yeah, they shut in all of the infected residents of the town. They can't be saved. They all pretty much have to be killed.
Kill them all.
It's the job of the blacksmith. We're nice guys, so we're going to help him kill these people. It'll give us experience, so why not?
Here we go.
And there they are. You can see his wife in the back there. Poor girl, she's crying. She's probably had some terrible acts performed on her.
She's the ringleader, damn it.
She seems like she's still okay back there.
Oh, there's more zombies back here.
Perhaps she can still be saved, guys.
Fuck no.
Mira, my love.
Adria.
Help her, guy.
Oh, no. No turning back after that.
Well,
Hey, Drig, you might want to turn around for this.
she's transformed into a mini boss. Well, Hadrig apparently is going to town there with you guys.
Years of aggression coming out.
No love lost. She's dead. Poor Hadrig.
And now we have a new alliance with a blacksmith. That'll be awfully handy.
Very nice. He seems to be getting over it quite rapidly. Maybe he has another girlfriend lined up in this post-apocalyptic world here.
All right.
Very nice. How you liking the monk so far here, Justino?
I am really impressed by the monk. He's super quick. Kind of got some Bruce Lee martial arts skills going on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should have picked the monk, but I think you'll really enjoy using him, RJ.
Now, who have you used so far in your personal playthroughs? I know you, of course, have beaten Diablo 3 on the PC.
Yeah, in my personal playthroughs, I have been the barbarian and the demon hunter. Barbarian was pretty cool. I felt like he got a little weaker towards like the harder levels, the harder difficulties. Demon hunter is pretty badass because it's focuses on ranged weaponry, which I prefer a lot of the time. And considering that both of our guys are going to be melee fighters, or rather yours and Brett's characters will be melee fighters, I decided to pick someone that could back you guys up from afar.
Yeah, I was going to do that had, of course, you guys picked melee characters or up close and personal style guys. I was going to pick a projectile guy, but Justin, I think you're perfect to handle that position when we get our trio going, and we definitely should whoop some ass.
Yeah, for sure. And RJ, we were trying to game plan, have a little strategy here, doing the co-op, and having someone be like the group healer, so that we don't have to keep worrying about trying to find the pretty sparse little red health bubbles that pop up.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun playthrough, guys.
Yeah.
One thing that I really like, if you look on the heads-up display, we're playing this on the Xbox One, you can see the actual buttons you have to press for each power there. You will unlock more powers, of course, further on into the game. Right now, you can just hit the A button, which is your normal attack. The right trigger is your power attack, and the X button is like a defensive maneuver. So you can only use the 3 attacks as of right now, but you do gain more. Basically, every button on the controller is used. The left bumper button on the left, that's your potion button. So I can imagine it's probably pretty similar on the PC, the way you unlock everything.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. But, yeah, I heard you talking about what characters he's used. I've used them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single one?
Yeah, every single one of them.
Who's your favorite?
Well, obviously, I thought my favorite was the Crusader because I picked him, but I don't know. He's disappointing me right now.
Is he?
Really attacking slow. Really slow. He's a lot faster on the computer, or maybe that's just my imagination. I don't know.
Interesting.
Could be a difference.
I know when you pick up certain weapons, it speeds you up, so hopefully that'll help.
Well,
Yeah.
usually he's... Well, I'm using a sword right now, but usually he's the fastest with maces and flails.
Oh.
Morning stars type
Sneak
stuff.
attack. Yeah, one difference as well with using the potions there there's like a timer, and it also applies to the using certain special attacks. There's a timer. It's like a cooldown period. So that was kind of a new addition there.
Yeah, it keeps you from being OP.
Now,
Exactly. It prevents what we were talking about doing on Diablo 2, having, your 1 through 10 right there, just ready to
Yeah, just
load up on potions.
Yeah, go 1 through 10 in successive order and beat the shit out of someone.
And I kind of felt like, they give you potions and they're giving you these, health bubbles that these guys drop. It made it almost too easy at times.
Yeah, but it seems like when you're really stuck in a bind, the health bubbles show up at the most inopportune times.
yeah. One thing that's tough is when these guys trap you in a corner somewhere where you can't move. That's one of
Exactly.
those
That's
things.
what just happened to me.
You can't let that happen. Pretty
Exactly.
much.
I was just trying to unload on with the special move, which is pretty sick.
I forgot what we're actually supposed to do here. Maybe find the cemetery
You are.
of the Forsaken.
You have to go get an item for the blacksmith. So.
The Leorc's crown.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're pretty much heading across the wasteland here. It's a pretty big area. I think it's really meant to be the first enormous area where you just have to kill enemy upon enemy and get a big kill streak. It seems to be the first area where they're really giving you that sense of kicking ass across a huge land.
Yep.
At least that's what I felt when I got to this area of the game.
Yeah, kind of another throwback to D2, and it's the really first good experience place to level up your guy.
Yeah. Now, we are going to, of course, have the Demon Hunter joining up. Justin's going to use his that character for his character for us three.
Yeah.
Retro Brett, you said you played them all.
Yes.
What can we expect when we get the Demon Hunter helping us out here?
Demon Hunter kicks a lot of ass. The character is not as tough as the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, he or she, depending on who you are, dies a lot quicker than the rest if you get surrounded.
Really?
But I mean, obviously it's a ranged attack, so that's pretty cool.
Exactly. So by the time the bad guys are kind of ganging up on you or cornering you, you're able to fend them off and kill them. And plus, we're going to be co-op, and it's really not going to be that difficult for a while. We're going to be able to pretty much own every normal opponent we see. We might have a little trouble with the boss battles here and there, but that just makes it more exciting.
But before I played the Crusader, my favorite was the Monk. And I was actually
really?
seriously considering being the Monk in this playthrough, but I just went with the Crusader.
I will be controlling the monk. Definitely
Yes.
looking forward to it. I
Monk's
have yet
pretty
to
easy.
try him out. Seems very fast. Now, is he primarily just a melee attacker, Justin, or is he going to have any projectiles that you know of, or does he have
I
any yet?
really don't know. I haven't used the monk in a personal playthrough.
So he doesn't have
Brett would
any
be-
yet?
No, Brett would be your expert there. But so far so good with him. I would certainly pick him if I was to start up another playthrough on my own.
Hey Justin, why don't we go up here? Because we have to go through one of these three.
The Defiled Crypt.
Oh,
So,
I'm back up
is
there.
the monk just hand-to-hand combat, Retro Brett? Or-
Yeah, yes. He's the best when he's out. The characters are best with what they're designed to do. Hey, screw you.
Yeah, we're running into the problem with sharing the loot.
No.
I know.
I was just
We're
playing.
messing here, and we'll always be sharing gear behind the scenes to help each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does show what each other grabs. That
What
is
are
nice.
you doing?
I'm doing some crazy flip super kick action.
Well, when you get higher, when the monk gets higher up in levels, he can drop like a bell on people,
Yep.
and
They were showing that on the preview when you create your character.
I
the,
noticed
the
that.
seven-sided strike is the most bomb skill out there. I use it constantly.
Man,
RJ will have such fun with the seven-sided strike.
yes, and Justin's definitely doing a good job upgrading our character as we battle our way through a huge dungeon here. Looks like some catacombs, plenty of dead guys trying to kill us here. Thank you guys for joining us. We definitely will have to pretty much finish off this area in the next episode and hopefully get what the blacksmith needs so that way we can take out the Skeleton King. Uh-oh, Digger Odell
Oh,
must be shoveling off.
now he is.
Got him.
Stay trippy, guys. We'll see you in part 3.